Hi, my name is Craig Renti. I'm the CEO and founder of Palisade Compliance. And today I want to talk to you about how to manage your ULA to get the most out of it. Now, unfortunately, Oracle, when they sell the ULA, they claim that you don't have to worry about it. You can just set it and forget it, and you can use as much as you want, but that is not the reality. So what we found at Palisade Compliance, after helping hundreds of clients with their ULAs, is there are certain things that customers do really well that helps them at the end of their ULA, and there are certain things that customers don't do very well that hurts them at the end of the ULA. So this video is a culmination of all that experience, and we've distilled it down into the following 6 points for you. First, you want to make sure you have an executive sponsor in your company. This is going to be a pretty senior person who's going to keep tabs on the ULA and whose job it is to make sure that your company executes on ULA management, optimization, and hopefully exit of that ULA. Now, this person is not going to be running reports and doing all the work, but they're the person you can go to gather the resources and make sure that other departments are paying attention. They're also the person that can communicate up and down in the organization effectively. So you want to make sure that you pick someone, hopefully who's going to be there for a while, and who sort of understands both the business and technology side. And this person will probably be communicating with Oracle from time to time. So again, pretty senior person who you can go to help as you optimize this ULA. The second thing you're going to want is a project manager. Now, the project manager it's not a full-time role by any means, but they're going to be the ones to organize the meetings and make sure that they have people identified in different departments. They can ask questions, they can send reports to, so the other business leaders can make decisions. These ULAs don't manage themselves. As a matter of fact, Palisade Compliance is a project manager for many companies in helping them sort of optimize their ULA as they go through that life cycle. So again, it's not a full-time job by any means, but you definitely need someone to keep cranking the wheel and making sure everything moves internally so this thing isn't lost and forgotten about until it's too late. The third thing you want is a goal. And I recommend that everyone have a goal of certifying out of that ULA. So when you sign a ULA, when you're negotiating a ULA, you should be negotiating in a way that will get you the maximum flexibility so that you can get out at the end. You see, the ability to certify at the end, whether or not you certify, is going to benefit you, because even if you decide not to certify, you'll get a better deal from Oracle on a renewal. So at the very beginning of your ULA, we recommend that you have a goal to certify. At the very least, we recommend you have a goal to have maximum flexibility at the end of that ULA, whether it is certify or renewal. Fourth, education and communication. I can't tell you how many times we've gone into a customer and the DBAs don't know what's in the ULA, or the business leaders don't know what's in the ULA. They're not sure of what products they can use. They're not sure when these things have to be certified, what they can do with the ULA, what the customer definition is. So when you sign that ULA, you want to make sure you create sort of educational material that you can deliver to various teams, whether it's legal or DBAs or IT or business leaders, that will help them manage that ULA and understand what's in it. And it's not a one-time educational thing where we all get in a room or on a Zoom call and sort of talk about what's in the ULA, but you want to put something in writing or record a video like this and put it up on your internal website. Here's some bullet points to remember about the ULA. And also, remember we talked about that project manager? Well, if someone has a question, they know who to go to for support on that ULA. Now, that project manager might not be able to answer that question. It might need a legal interpretation, or you might have to go to a DBA to find out what's installed or running. But you definitely want to communicate early and often, both down in the organization, across organization, and up through management in terms of what your goals are and your progress is in optimizing that ULA. Fifth are health checks. And health checks I've divided between technical and business. Every once in a while, and there's no hard and fast rule, whether it's once a year, once a quarter, once every 6 months, you want to do an accounting of your utilization. How much Oracle are you using? Now, when you're setting your goals in terms of certifying and giving you maximum leverage, part of that could be we're going to deploy 5,000 database licenses during the term of this ULA. So if you're doing these health checks periodically, you'll find pretty quickly whether or not you're trending in the right direction. Now, the other part of these health checks are the business side. Every few months, you want to be sitting down and looking at your customer definition and looking at your business strategy to make sure you haven't done mergers or acquisitions or divestitures that are going to hurt you at the end of your ULA. Better to identify them early during the ULA than to wait to the very end. So health checks are key. And again, remember we talked about communication. It's not enough to do the health check. The important thing is you communicate the health check. You communicate the business side to the business leaders and the technical side to the technical leaders. And obviously you want to communicate that to your executive sponsor because he or she is going to be able to get in other groups that may need information or provide support to help you overcome a problem or to help you sort of take advantage of an opportunity that's embedded in your agreement with Oracle. And finally, number 6 is the whole last year. Now, we've done a whole video on what to do the last year of your ULA, and you definitely want to watch that when we talk about ULA management because that's important here. You want to make sure during that last year you're doing everything to both certify your ULA as well as renew that ULA. So that at the very end of your ULA, you can make a really good decision on how to go forward. And then once you make that decision, you want to make sure that you protect that decision, you certify properly, you manage your new licenses if you've decided to get out of the ULA, or if you have a brand new ULA, start the process over again and communicating to people exactly what's in that new ULA. So again, we have an entire video on what to do the last year of your ULA. I hope this video on how to manage and get the most out of your ULA has been helpful. Palisade Compliance, we've got lots of other information. We've got other videos on how to negotiate and certify out of a ULA. We've got lots of white papers. We've got case studies, tons of information for you to help yourself. If you do find yourself in a position where you think you need some help and you just want to talk to us, please reach out, info@Palisade Compliance. We would love to have a conversation to understand where you are in your ULA journey. Perhaps we can give you some quick guidance and tips. And if you need additional support, that's a great place to start as well. We've helped hundreds of customers through all aspects of their ULA, and we would love to help you as well. So in the meantime, everyone, you guys have a great day and good luck with Oracle.